Yo, what is poppin' with 420 Army? I'm doing another lore video. This is the continuation of that Outlast lore series. I figured I'd just get Jeremy Blaire's episode out before I go back to college, since I have it typed and it's probably going to get buried in all my schoolwork. So here it is. I reworked his route for his movements during the slaughter, during the incident in the asylum, because I just thought make it. Just to give it so it makes a little bit more sense, and enjoy. Jeremy Blaire was a Murkoff employee and the executive vice president of global development at Mount Massive Asylum. He was also a good friend of Richard Traeger, and they would play golf together sometimes. When Murkoff reopened Mount Massive, they made Jeremy their big boss and the head of the asylum to avoid their illegal experiments from getting leaked to the public, since they'd all be arrested if that did happen. Jeremy would often torture, kill, or even enroll people to the morphogenic engine program if they tried to expose Murkoff. On October 4th, 2012, two detectives named Paul Marion and Pauline Glick came to the asylum to investigate an anonymous tip they received, and Jeremy worked with Pauline to watch the pregnancies that were caused, which forced all the women to leave the asylum and work at other facilities. On September 17, 2013, Jeremy headed to a restricted room in the underground lab to see if Wayland Park had sent an email about Murkoff, and he waited for Wayland to return alongside 3 guards. When Wayland finally came back, the guards ambushed him, and Jeremy took over by breaking the laptop Wayland used and forced him into the morphogenic engine program. The guards then knocked Wayland out and began taking him to the asylum's hospital before Jeremy headed to the morphogenic engine room to see if a patient had died in one of the pods of the engine. After a talk with the scientists there, he headed up to the administration block to check the guards up there. They talked for a while until there was a warning from the underground lab that the wall rider had escaped and was killing everyone, and Jeremy ran towards the prison before the escaped patients from the lab came up and killed the guards. When Jeremy reached the prison, he kept an eye on the shortwave radio there to make sure nobody would use it. He kept his eye on it till he saw Wayland trying to use the radio, but acted quickly and pushed Wayland aside before destroying the radio. Jeremy then tried to strangle Wayland, but was interrupted by Chris Walker coming and left the room in hopes of Chris killing Wayland. He listened into the room from an opposite door where Chris came in and began making his way out of the prison and eventually into the male ward. Jeremy realized it wasn't safe there because of Traeger torturing everyone there, so he headed out into the courtyard and stayed there to make sure no one escaped there. A thunderstorm started after a while, and Jeremy began making his way inside, but he was ambushed by a patient who stabbed him, but he managed to escape and reached the admin block after a while. Unfortunately, he missed his chance to escape by the tactical unit that had just arrived and camped by the open exit to prevent people from escaping there. He was surprised to see Wayland come to the exit, and Jeremy quickly stabbed him with a shard of glass before trying to kill him again. Before he could, though, the wall rider appeared and ripped Jeremy apart as his parts scattered on Wayland, who escaped. The Pauls came to the asylum much later, alongside a team to clean up the asylum, and they said that Jeremy had lost weight, and they found his body.